struck him out. Moves in, baby. Let's play.
Where else would you rather be on a Saturday afternoon that looks like this? Folks are streaming in to Safeco Field for the middle game of a 3-game series. The New York Mets taking on the Seattle Mariners. Good to have you with us, everybody. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, Root Sports crew, and taking them out for the Mariners, Giovanni Gallardo. In search of win number 5 for Gallardo, his 20th game. It'll be his 16th start. Let's take a look at the Mets lineup that he'll face this afternoon.
And he will try to keep them in the ballpark. The Mets 3rd in the National League in home runs, and we saw some of that last night. Michael Conforto leading things off, 2 home runs in last night's game. He has 21 on the year. Jay Bruce hitting 3rd, a 2-run home run for him. Now 27 home runs on the year. That leads the Mets. Jose Reyes will hit 8th in the lineup today. He leads the team with 13 stolen bases. For Gallardo, in his last outing, he went 5 innings against the New York Yankees, giving up 3 earned runs in that one. 78 pitches, 47 of those for strikes. See the 92 pitches on, or 92 innings pitched on the year. 70 strikeouts so far this season. And for the defense, Gerard Dyson will be in center field. It's back-to-back days for him. Good to have him back in the lineup. Robinson Cano at second base, had a day off the other day, a rare day off for him, but back at second base today. And Mike Zunino will do the catching. For Gallardo in his last outing again against the Yankees, 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, had 3 walks. Want to stay away from the walks. Again, the Mets try to hit the ball out of the ballpark. For Gallardo, good fastball at 92 miles an hour. You'll see him pitch at the top of the zone quite a bit. Slider, curveball to go with it, an occasional changeup.
First pitch fouled off the mask of Zunino by Michael Conforto, strike 1, and we're underway. If Mike wasn't already into it, he is now. Oh, man. First pitch hit right on the old noggin. Conforto was murder last night. I saw him in the clubhouse today. I just held my hands out and went, dude, really? He says, hey, man, you know, I grew up a Mariner fan, but I got to do what I got to do. But I said, how much did your boys get on? He said, they were killing me out in center field after he hit the first home run. Ground ball to Cano. Conforto.
All I could say to that is he had his fun last night. Hopefully the Mariners can hold him down for the next couple of days.
Scott Service was saying what a good pitch he hit from Zipchinski, and the fact that not many people can lift that pitch that Zipchinski threw him last night.
It's the first home run he's given up to a left-handed hitter this year. Jay Bruce also with a home run, hitting 3rd today.
Here is Asdrubal Cabrera. Conforto went 2 for 5, 2 home runs. Cabrera 3 for 5, scored 3 runs. Switch hitter at third base today.
Actually, Gallardo pitching out of the bullpen and really having a pretty good month of July. It's one of the reasons why he's back in the rotation. They need him there, the veteran. But opponents hitting just 170 off of him in July. Right-handers even worse at an 080 clip.
What's been the biggest difference in terms of coming out of the pen as compared to his early starts?
Yeah, maybe it made him a little more aggressive coming out of the pen. I think there's something to that, but more than anything, we saw his fastball command has been better. He's not trying to pitch off the edges as much. He's more towards the top of the strike zone, but more importantly, his breaking ball down in the zone has been a big plus for him.
Mariners could use a big run here. Flipped in on the left center field. Then Gamble over to get it. I was talking to a couple of people today, one local writer and one writer from New York, and the question was, how the heck is this Mariner team just 2 games under 500 at 51 and 53?
Well, I think you have to look right at the rotation, and you have to look at the amount of injuries they've had. It's difficult to sustain winning streaks when you're not sure who's going to be in your rotation, and they've suffered a lot.
And both sports writers have said, but look at that lineup. How does that happen?
Well, you look at the lineup and you look at the numbers across the board, and they've done pretty well in the American League this year offensively. Their bullpen has been terrific over the last 2 months. But again, it comes down to starting pitching. And that's been a struggle for them.
And I think a lot of people around the country are saying the same thing as Jay Bruce up here. Terry Collins, he managed Scott Service back in Houston, 95. Talking to Terry today, he said if there was anybody on that roster who I thought would be a manager and a good one, it would be Scott Service. 1-1 to Jay Bruce, 2 for 3, 2 ribbies, a home run last night for Scott. Scott was traded by Houston to Chicago, and it turned out to be a real good move for all parties concerned. 1-1.
A lot of the Mets offense, because of the home run, again, 3rd in the National League. They are 10th in hitting. They've had some issues hitting for average, 6 in runs scored.
And they traded Lucas Duda to Tampa Bay, and he's been hitting a lot of home runs as well.
Another home run today for Tampa.
Yes, he did. Tied the ball game up there, locked up at Yankee Stadium in the 8th at 4-4. The Rays and the Yankees. Still tied now. They told bottom 9. 2-2 here to Bruce. Long look by Gallardo. Great first inning. Really good. Ground out, fly out, harmless fly out, and a strikeout. 11 pitches for Gallardo. He is underway now to face Jacob deGrom. Back here at Safeco Field, Jacob deGrom has run off 8 consecutive wins, a 1.61 ERA. That during a stretch dating back to June 12th, and he has a victory over the Mariners in his only appearance here at Safeco Field, July 22nd, 2014. Here's a look at the Mariner batting order for today.
Starts with Gene Segura, 2nd in the league in hitting, and Ben Gamble extending his hitting streak last night to 14 games. Ben 4th in the American League in hitting. Kyle Seager, a couple of RBIs for him. Kyle with 55 RBIs on the year. For deGrom, 133 2/3 innings pitched for him. See his record, 12-3 overall, ERA at 3.30.
First pitch to Segura, in there for a strike. 1 for 4 night for Segura. 4-game hitting streak in the works.
For the Mariners, offensively 6th in hitting, 5th in runs scored. Also 5th in stolen bases.
Mariners 3-5 in this homestand, and a year ago at this time they lose to the Cubs. They're 51-50, but then they go 16-14 in August, 18-9 in September, and took it down to game 161 before being eliminated from the playoff chase. This one fouled back. So keep the faith.
And for deGrom, you can see good fastball. Last fastball at 96 miles an hour. His average fastball this year at 95. Also has a slider, a curveball, and a changeup to go with it.
Oh, 0-2 to Segura. Granderson in center field, shading towards right center. And back up the middle. It's hit slow enough that it works out beautifully for Gene Segura. Base hit. Good start to the Mariners ball game here today.
Curtis Granderson, the DH last night. He will move on to play center field this afternoon. So Conforto moves to left. Conforto in center last night. Then you have Wilmer Flores, the first baseman, typically a third baseman, playing first base for the Mets now. And Travis d'Arnaud will do the catching, his first start of the series.
So Segura's aboard, 5-game hitting streak. Here's Ben Gamel, 14-game hitting streak, 19 for his last 60, fourth leading hitter in the American League. Because of various and sundry injuries, Segura hasn't run a whole lot in terms of stealing bases, but he is 12 for 19 on the season. Pretty good lead. And at third on the grasses, Asdrubal Cabrera. Ball one to Gamble. Home plate umpire Shane Livensparger. Jerry Mills at first, Ron Culpa at second, Chris Conroy at third. Gamble 1 for 5 in last night's ball game. Got an infield hit in the ninth.
That was a good look at the slider. The slider 89-90 miles an hour. It's been his best off-speed pitch this year.
Mariners in a wild card chase, trailing Minnesota and Tampa Bay. Three teams looking on the outside looking in at Boston and Kansas City, who hold the 2 wild card spots today. 1 and 2. Mariners 4.5 games back. Minnesota 4 back. Tampa Bay 2.5. And here we are, 29th of July. An arduous schedule ahead. Be good to see the Mariners get cranking on that offense again. Here's a 1-2 pitch.
As Dave mentioned, DeGrom has won 8 consecutive games. ERA at 1.61 over that time. And the other thing that he has done is he typically will work deep into the ball game. Not unusual for him to go 8 innings.
Boy, this is the all-flow matchup with DeGrom and Gamble here. The 1-2. Double play ball. Well turned by Jose Reyes.
And Reyes playing right back up the middle, which is where Ben hits it. Like a running fastball away from him. It's a breaking ball slider. Hits it on the ground. Easy turn for Reyes.
A lot of Met fans out down the right field corner in their New York Met orange. Doing a little roll call saluting Jose Reyes. Here's Cano. 19 homers, 67 runs batted in. And they've taken over that section, several sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 sections. That's a long subway ride from New York City. That's a 7-line army. 7-line to 7 subway line is how you get out to Citi Field and Queens section of New York. 0-2 to Robbie Cano.
And DeGrom throwing strikes. 11 pitches, 10 strikes for him. So far we've seen his fastball 95, 96 miles an hour. The hard slider and a changeup.
The ace of the staff, of the Mets staff, Jacob DeGrom, with Harvey and Syndergaard all done. For a substantial period of time. They both hope to be back next month. Here's the 0-2. Robbie looking for his first hit against DeGrom. He's 0 for 3. Two out, nobody on. Reyes playing up the middle against Robbie, and the pitch outside. 2-2.
Hasn't thrown him a fastball yet. A couple of breaking balls and then a changeup.
DeGrom is 29 years old, out of DeLand, Florida. 9th round pick back in 2010. 2-2 pitch.
There's the fastball, 96, right on the inside corner, well located. Robbie just fighting it off.
Robbie 0 for 4 with an RBI last night. RBI on a 5th inning sacrifice fly, part of a 4-run 5th inning, and the Mariners taking the lead 5-4 before giving it up in the 8th inning. 2-2 pitch. Did not go. 3 balls, 2 strikes. You know, a 277 hitter against the New York Mets. Pay it off right here. Robbie Rack.
Well, the good news for Robbie is he's seen every pitch so far. The last pitch was the curveball. So we're seeing a good fastball right on the inside corner at 96. Slider, changeup, curveball. That's all of them.
So Grom, the 2014 National League Rookie of the Year, made the All-Star team in 2015. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Rung him up. Double play and a strikeout. There was one hit, a leadoff base hit by Segura. 2nd inning coming up. The Orca card. It's all you need to ride the Sounder train, Link Light Rail, buses, ferries, and streetcars. Learn more at GetOrcaSmart.com. Yoenis Cespedes going to lead it off for the Mets, followed by Neil Walker and Curtis Granderson, middle third of their order. Gallardo looked good. 1st inning, got a ground out, a fly out, and a strikeout. Cespedes 0 for 4 in last night's game.
Had a good fastball. He was 91 to 93 miles an hour in the 1st.
It's out of play. Gallardo has seen the Mets before during his time with Milwaukee in 10 previous games, a 4-3 record, a 3.19 ERA.
Missing with a slider. With a slider, curveball, changeup. He likes his slider a little bit more, but his curveball has been a pretty good pitch for him this year. Opponents hitting just 205 against his curveball.
Ripped through the hole, base hit. Cespedes, first hit of the series.
It looked like it was the slider. Ended up right in the middle of the plate. Pretty much middle as he barrels it up.
That brings up Neil Walker, just activated a couple of days ago. Had a hamstring problem, kept him out for a fairly significant amount of time.
1 for 4 last night with an RBI.
good years with the Pittsburgh Pirates. He was playing for his hometown team during those years. Got a little pop too. 7 years at Pittsburgh, hit 93 home runs. Second year with the Mets. Down the line, hooking foul. Gotta like the professionalism of Gallardo after he was taken out of the rotation and put into the bullpen. Just went out, did his work, and had 3 really good stints, a couple of them really long stints. And he picked up a win not too long ago before getting back into the rotation.
You never know. Sometimes maybe it's exactly what he needed. And obviously was able to make some adjustments, pitched well, as you mentioned, Dave. And it's good to have him back in the rotation. They certainly need him to pitch well in the rotation. That's the reason why they went out and signed him.
And I think at this time of year, if you will, his veteranship is really needed.
It is. I would agree with that. Again, his last outing against the Yankees, went 5 innings through 78 pitches, so he's probably good for 90 here this afternoon.
He's 0-2 here to Walker. Fly ball left field. Gamble coming on, can't get it. Gets into foul territory. As we get ready to make the turn for August, you hope the Mariners, and Scott Servais has been saying this for a while, a run of 8 out of the next 10. Put a good streak together. I think what the longest streak has been 6.
They certainly do. And again, it'll come down to the rotation. You guys can consistently, a couple times through, keep them in the ball game. Their bullpen has been terrific this year. Offensively, they've been scoring runs. That's not a problem.
Cespedes chased back. Segura and Cano, double play depth. Oh, 2 pitch. Not back. Yankees win again. Brett Gardner walk-off base hit with the bases loaded, beat Tampa Bay 5-4. That's 8 out of 11. Touch and tag coming up here. Cespedes gonna run him back. He'll take the tag, and there's the double play that Gallardo and the Mariners needed.
Another good play by Danny Valencia at first. He has really played well defensively.
Consistent from day one, no doubt about that. On Saturday, August 12th, it's Edgar Martinez's number 11. It's going to be retired by the Mariners in a special pregame ceremony. It starts at 5:30. Thanks to Alaska Airlines, the first 45,000 fans are going to take home their very own replica of their retired number plaque that's going to hang in center field. So visit Mariners.com for your tickets. And if you're keeping score at home, 3-6-3-4. Curtis Granderson 1 for 4 with an RBI last night.
Struggling a little bit average-wise. You can see 225. Still has some pop. 13 home runs on the year.
Like the start of Gallardo so far. Looking good. Gallardo turned 31 in late February. Penjamillo, Mexico is where he was born. Grew up in Fort Worth, Texas. 4-pitch walk. Thinks all of a sudden, quick turn. Going to bring up Wilmer Flores. 1 for 3 with a sacrifice fly last night. Flores is a guy, I think was it last year, year before last, it was word that was going out that he was going to be traded. He played a game in tears. And
that was a couple of years ago.
It was a couple of years ago.
Think so.
And wound up at a big moment, and it turned out the trade didn't happen, and he was welcomed back with open arms by the team and the fans, and they never forgot it. But he was so emotional, he did not want to be traded.
It was one of those things too, where it was, when he was on the on-deck circle, the fans were saying something to him about being traded, and it was all rumors. He thought that he had been traded, and so there was some confusion in there, along with everything else.
Yeah, he was crying and everything. Felt for him. Yeah, he was bounced back quite well. 279, 11 homers, 31 runs batted in. Two out, one on. Good looking pitch.
Nice curveball, and that's been his best off-speed pitch this year, is the curveball. Throw this right to the outside corner. You can see Mike wants a low target, and that's what he hits.
Just got a piece of it. 0-2. Gallardo had some good years in Milwaukee, 8 of them, 89 and 64, 3.69 ERA. 5 years of double-figure wins. The Mariners saw him in Texas in 2015. He went 13 and 11 there. Last year with Baltimore, 6 and 8 in 23 starts. Fastball up high. 1-2.
You will see that a lot this afternoon with Gallardo. Throw the slider and the curveball in the bottom part of the strike zone, or bounce those two pitches up there. But his fastball, typically he'll throw it at the top of the zone.
Gorgeous day. Another big crowd here at Safeco Field. Almost 35,000 last night. The 1-2 tried to paint and didn't get it. 2-2. Anderson at first and a pitch. Blocked by Zunino. He's worked full count here. Jose Reyes on deck. That fans you're hearing down the right field line. Anderson's about to take off here in a 3-2 pitch. There he goes. Pitch foul back. Curtis Anderson, 36 years old, still got some pretty good legs. He can still scoot. Doesn't run as much as he used to. He's 3 out of 4. There's 2 outs and a 3-2 pitch. Anderson runs the pitch. Backing up is Cano. Sunglasses on. Shoulder side. Not even. Letter side catch. Gallardo gets out of the second inning. When we come back, Mr. Cruz going to lead it off. Let's see a little boom from that stick. Washington State Cougars Day. They're all over the ballpark. Cougars in the ballpark. You got Met fans in the ballpark. You got Mariner fans in the ballpark. Here's Mr. Cruz. Oh, a line drive off of DeGrom into short right field. And for Nelly, he breaks an 0 for 16 with that base hit.
Well, this is something that I thought we would see from the Mariners today, being aggressive on the fastball early in counts. And we'll take a look at it. First pitch, and he hits it right back at him.
Left shin.
Yep, off the shin.
That is a major league ouch.
Talk a lot about exit velocity, especially when Nelson Cruz is hitting, and that had to go back to him well over 100 miles an hour as it went off his shin.
Well, you hate to see anybody get hurt, but the fact that he hit it hard is a good sign. And talking to Scott Service about Nelly 0 for last 16 with 8 punch outs. Terry Collins returns to his dugout. Scott was saying, hey, Nelly was here before I was. He says he was in batting cage. He went to video. Said nobody knows his stroke better than he does. He's ready to get back after it again.
Yeah, paid off. Solid base hit.
But you love hearing stories about that when the manager says, hey, one of my best players, he beat me to the ballpark. Impressive. There's Kyle Seager. 5-game hitting streak, 1 for 3 last night with 2 RBIs. Ball 1 to Kyle. He was part of that Mariner team from 3 years ago that faced DeGrom. He went 1 for 2 against him.
See the numbers for Kyle over the last 5 games. He's not just picking up hits, he's driving the baseball. Since the All-Star break, a number of doubles. 4 home runs since the break.
He didn't want to keep up with his brother, who went deep twice for the Dodgers last night. A pull shot and an oppo shot.
Well, good count for him. Again for DeGrom, he's given up 19 home runs this year, 9 of them on the fastball. Struggled the first 12 games of the year. ERA at around 4.7. We mentioned the last 8 games he has been on top of his game with a 1.6 ERA. Good changeup right there, Kyle, out in front of it, looking for the fastball.
Give you an idea how good DeGrom has been. 9th in earned run average. Tied for 2nd in wins. This Kyle out front of that one. Where I'm among the leaders in innings pitched. 3rd best winning percentage. 3rd in strikeouts behind Scherzer and Kershaw. 2-1 pitch. Advantage Kyle Seager here. Chance make some noise here in the 2nd inning. There's what we're looking for. High drive, deep right center field. Base of the fence. Cruz to 3rd. He'll stop there. A double for Kyle Seager. The Mariners in business here in the 2nd inning. Runners at 2nd and 3rd, and Danny Valencia coming up for Seager's 24th double. And that leads the ball club. And he indeed is picking things up offensively.
Well, it's not just getting hits we were talking about. He's driving the baseball, and he catches a fastball out in front. To the base of the wall out at the 380 mark. Great situation for the Mariners. 2nd and 3rd, nobody out.
Chance for Danny Valencia. Get the Mariners on the old tote board here. Got 7 hits here during the homestand. That's it, a strike.
Starts him off with a curveball. Infield is back for the Mets.
Anderson shading towards right center. 0-1. 1-1 to Danny. Valencia with good numbers. Runners in scoring position, less than 2 outs. .415 clip with 3 homers and 28 runs batted in. Mariners threatening one of the best pitchers in the league, in the National League right now. 1-1. Ball and 2 strikes.
And you can see everything down and away from Danny. That last pitch, a slider. The slider this afternoon, 89, 90 miles an hour.
Cruz at third, Seager at second. 1-2 to Valencia. Boy, he did well to get a piece of that. Nice job.
Another slider on the outside corner. That one fortunately was up a little bit, probably about belt high, so he was able to foul it off. Rom trying to keep everything down and away from him.
First real threat by the Mariners today. A 1-2 pitch struck him out. 1 away. Second strikeout for DeGrom.
And he's going with the elevated fastball again, trying to keep it away from him. It was on the outside corner.
So DeGrom now with 1 out, second and third, brings up Mitch Haniger.
Mitch with a double in last night's ball game. Been struggling lately. He was 0 for 18. Able to pick up the double, so hopefully he's going to be moving in the right direction, get hot again.
Strike 1.
Ron in a little bit of trouble, and he's gone immediately to the slider. Both sliders to Danny Valencia. Now starts off Haniger with a slider.
0-1 here to Haniger. Big rip. Couldn't ask for a better start for Haniger coming out of the gate. .342 batting average. First 21 games, 4 homers, 16 runs batted in. Then the oblique injury. We don't see him again until June. He hits .231 and he's hitting .176 in July and trying to improve on that. 0-2. Ooh, jeez. Golly.
Rick Griffin, the trainer, out there immediately. Got service.
Goodness gracious. That's tough to look at.
There's no worse feeling for anybody that's down there, including the pitcher DeGrom. You do not want to see that. That'll be the end of the day for Mitch. Hopefully he's going to be okay. Looked like it hit him in the nose.
Yep.
Trying to get out of the way. Turns his head away from him like you're supposed to. So is the upper lip and his nose.
The Mariners have now been hit by a pitch 55 times. Only one team has been hit more. The Pirates at 58. Guillermo Heredia will loosen up real quick. Wow.
Mariners have a short bench, just 3 players on the bench, now 2 remaining. Ruiz, Espinoza on the bench.
My goodness. So that loads them up for Gerard Dyson. 1 for 3 last night. 1 out, bases loaded, big chance. Just the second batter DeGrom has hit this season.
It's a difficult situation because it was an 0-2 count. And Mitch is having that slider in the back of his mind, so he wanted to stay in there for the slider, and unfortunately it was a two-seam fastball that ended up getting away from him. That's what he hit him with.
1-0 pitch. And there for strike.
I can tell you, when you have a pitcher that's 95, 96 miles an hour and you're trying to hang in there on an 0-2 count, it's difficult to react in time. See Mitch just try to turn his head away last second, but wasn't able to get out of the way of it.
Wish him well.
Yep.
Already missed too much time. He had the finger problem. They had the bigger problem with the oblique to start after, what was it, about mid to late April. 1-1 here to Dyson. Ball and 2 strikes. Outfield not particularly deep for Dyson. Tilted a little bit towards left. First time he's seeing DeGrom. Bases loaded for the Mariners. 1 out. Second inning opportunity. Trying to get a little cha-ching here. And a 1-2 pitch. Foul off.
Pretty good slider. Right now Dyson really trying to do anything he can to put the ball in play. See what he's done this year with the bases loaded. 4 for 9, 7 RBIs for him.
Cruz, Seager, and Heredia occupy the bases. The 1-2 pitch. Do it again.
Let's play him straight up defensively. Granderson, the center fielder, shading towards left center, but everybody else straight away. There's a look at the defense.
One-two pitch. That's enough. That'll work. Plenty work. Nelly's going to score. Seager right behind him. Digging for third. Heredia gets there easily. 2-0 Mariners. Gerard Dyson. Cha-ching. 2-0 Mariners. Couple RBIs for Gerard. Gives him 25 on the season.
And just a really good at-bat for him. He had to battle behind in the count the entire way, and you can see him stay on that last pitch. It looked like a changeup to him, probably off the plate away. It takes his head to it, doesn't roll over on it. A little soft line drive into center field to pick up a couple of runs.
Now Mike Zunino, 2 for 3, a home run, RBI yesterday. Line drive homer into the bullpen, left center field, 3rd inning. Walking around, scored a base hit to left, part of his evening. Ball 1. Mike 0 for 3 against DeGrom. Here's the 1-0. Back with the dive. Dyson 22 out of 27 and base stealing. Still second to Cameron Maybin of the Angels, who has 25. Altuve right behind him with 21. One to Mike.
Talked about DeGrom and pitching deep into ball games over his last 8 games, probably averaging 8 innings a game. Aaron's going to work on his pitch count. Next pitch will be 40 as he works here in the 2nd inning. Good sign for them.
Count even at 1-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Right-handers hitting .220 against DeGrom with 11 home runs. He's given up 8 homers to lefties. .234 clip entering today. Zunino fan, maybe Mike will get up there again. He's already been upper deck once, upper deck once this year.
He's certainly capable.
Mighty clout that was. Next strike, 2-2. Zunino. 4 hits on the homestand. 3 of them are home runs. He's driven in 3, walked 5 times, and struck out 8. 2-2 pitch. Runner goes. Throw down to second. Dyson, he's in there with a stolen base.
It was just a matter of time.
His 23rd.
Probably not his best jump. See the throw be in the dirt. As soon as Walker has to pick it, you see his glove come back up towards his belt.
Difference maker. Now 3-2 pitch here to Zunino. Runners at second and third. Oh, he pulled the string on him. Strikes out Zunino. 2 outs. 3rd strikeout for DeGrom. Tomorrow after the Mariners take on the Mets, all kids take the field, run around the bases. It's presented by KeyBank. Join us for tomorrow afternoon's 1:10 start. Hurry on over to mariners.com for tickets. Here's Segura. 2 runs out there for him. That's how play.
DeGrom now 27 pitches in the inning.
Good productivity here for the Mariners. Middle and bottom of the order. 1-1 to Gene. Soft base hit to center. First time up. Extended his hitting streak to 5 ball games. Fly ball. Bruce taking a look. Nothing doing.
You were hoping, if you're a Mariner fan, that there would be an inning or 2 where DeGrom had to throw a lot of pitches, and that's been the case here in the second. 46 total. And the Mariners have a couple of runs on the board. Second leading hitter in the American League, and Segura at the plate.
Ready at third. Dyson at second. A 1-2 pitch. 2-2. DeGrom and the Mets at 48-53, 4th place in the National League East. Dusty Baker and the Washington Nationals running away with that division. 13.5 game lead on Atlanta entering today. 2-2 pitch. That is twisting foul. A lot of spin on that one.
That was pretty close to his thumbs right there.
Well, he's the clubhouse leader for fouling off that pitch when it's that close to your hands.
He's amazing. He really is. We were talking about him last night and been struggling a little bit lately, so there's been a lot more foul balls from him as opposed to putting the ball in play early in counts. He's an aggressive hitter. Just a little bit off lately. Did pick up a base hit last night. He's got a hit here this afternoon already.
2-2 from DeGrom. Staying alive, and
that's an example.
Earlier this week, 48 pitches he saw.
Yeah, I mean, that's an example of it right there. 96 miles an hour, just off the outside corner, too close to take. And he's still able to get a piece of it and stay alive. Next pitch will be 50 for DeGrom.
As we play in the second inning. Two nothing Mariners. 2 runners on. 4 sounds better. 2-2. Strike 3 call. All 3 outs via the strikeout, but the good news, a 2-run single by Gerard Dyson. Michael Conforto, we're going to see him in a matter of minutes, but a big blow right here. Dyson drops one in front of Granderson in right center field. A couple of runs scored, and the Mariners have the lead. Saturday afternoon, and the Mariners' youngest fans will enjoy summer fun at Safeco Field tomorrow afternoon when the Mariners take on the Mets at 1:10, and all kids are going to get a custom Mariners fidget spinner. Perfect addition to their collection, so stop by Mariners.com for tickets. Here's Jose Reyes. Strike one to the Mets shortstop. Reyes, Darno, the catcher, and then top of the order, Michael Conforto.
Well, Gallardo, good split so far. 33 pitches, 22 strikes. He's 8 batters, 5 first pitch strikes.
Defensive change for the Mariners with Haniger out of the game. Heredia stays in, moves to left field, and Gamble, who started the game in left field, moves to right. 1-1. 2 balls, 1 strike to Jose Reyes. 1 for 4 last night. There's Ben.
Gallardo so far giving up just the 1 hit. Pretty good fastball today. He's been 91, 93 with his fastball. Seen a curve, slider, and changeup.
2-2. Popped up. Seager takes a look. He will not have a play. Great family day. Saturday afternoon games are great.
I agree. See a lot of kids out at the ballpark today.
Wish there were more here at home. A few on the road. 2-2 here to Jose Reyes. Mariners have one more Saturday afternoon game, September 23rd against Cleveland. Total of 2 for the season. 3-2 to Reyes leading off the 3rd. Gallardo 1 strikeout, 1 walk, double play, big help to him in the 2nd. Three-2 pitch. Cano's going to want this one.
Without question.
Bring your maple trees out to the ballpark tomorrow. CenturyLink brings you what's next. It'll be Seth Lugo taking on James Paxton. Paxton, the leading winner for the Mariner Ball Club at 10-3. A fabulous year. Missed a month with some forearm issues, but look at that 284. Strikeouts 117 over 31, and opponents only hitting 218. And you go in opposing clubhouses and they say, oh, we missed him. Good. Some teams who have missed him, they come into Safeco Field. Bouncing ball. That's a fair ball. Seager up, throw, safe. Travis d'Arnaud, the catcher, gets an infield base hit.
Well, Kyle did everything he possibly could. Maybe you'll be able to add this one to the highlight film. It's going to be right down the line. Kyle playing off the line at third. You can see how far, and dives and gets rid of it quickly. Almost a no look across the diamond. Perfect one hop. And he clearly beats it out. Great effort by Kyle.
That's a terrific throw.
Just the second hit for the Mets. I'll turn the lineup over.
Here's Conforto with the drive, right center field. Gamble has it under control. 2 steps shy of the track. There's 2 away. Conforto 0 for 2 today. Went 2 for 5. Couple of home runs last night. So 2 outs, and it brings up Asdrubal Cabrera. Wide out to left. Mariners 2-0 on a Trad Dyson. 2-run single, 1 out in the bottom of the second against Jacob deGrom. Maybe after Chris Sale, hottest pitcher in baseball. Strike 1 to Cabrera. Now 1 for 6 against Gallardo. All-star years with Cleveland, 2011 and 2012. 49 games with the Nationals in 14, and then last year with Tampa Bay, 265 with 15 homers. Gets you an update on Haniger. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Up high.
Trying to get him to chase it.
Mitch Haniger hit in the nose back in the second inning. Contusion. Taken off site for further evaluation. Here's a pitch, foul off.
Seeing some late swings on his fastball. Doing a nice job of mixing in all of his pitches. Last fastball at 92 miles an hour.
It's like he's reached a heck of a comfort zone.
Well, I think the difference is we were talking about going to the bullpen, Dave, and you think of him in the rotation. He was throwing a lot of pitches, falling behind, off the edges of the plate. Wasn't missing by much, and then he went into the pen, seemed like he could get more aggressive, and it's something that he talked about.
He said, heck with it, let's go after it.
And I think we're starting to see that here now that he's back in the rotation.
2-2. Swing, and then struck him out. Second strikeout for Gallardo, stranding a runner in the third. It's 2-0 Mariners when we come back. Gamble, Cano, and Cruz. is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. A gorgeous Saturday afternoon in Seattle. One of our 2 Saturday afternoon home games, and we are totally loving this. And Gamble leads off here in the 3rd against Jacob deGrom, a 2-0 Mariner lead. Thanks to Gerard Dyson. 2-run single in the 2nd.
I think Gallardo's looked good. First 3 innings, giving him just 2 hits. And hit into a double play his first time up. 14-game hitting streak for him. Again, 4th in the American League in hitting.
Torchlight parade later on tonight. Good reason. Make this a 1:10 start, and then in September when Cleveland comes in, Coldplay is going to be playing, so another good reason. But let's go for some baseball reasons. It's a good time to have a baseball game when you know you have locked-in weather in Seattle.
Beautiful today. Terrific day.
3-1 to Gamble, followed by Cano and Cruz.
Through the first couple of innings, 50 pitches for deGrom.
Gamble getting into his Segura act following fouling off all these pitches. Three-two pitch here to deGrom. Back up the middle. This one didn't hit deGrom. He waved at it. Goes into center field. Base hit. Ben Gamble. 15-game hitting streak.
Dave mentioned had to foul off a number of pitches to finally get a pitch that he could handle. That looked like a changeup up out over the plate. So for Ben, he's hit the ball hard twice, both times back up the middle. Mentioned the double play. It was right at the shortstop Reyes who was playing up the middle. This time he picks up a base hit. Now we'll get to the middle of the lineup.
So now we're trying to do damage there. Strike 1. Struck out looking first time up. Two. A
lot of those jerseys around the ballpark today.
That'd be one of the more popular jerseys sold in Seattle. No doubt about that.
A couple of tough pitches, both of them right on the outside corner.
Fights it off. Cano in the first half of the season, 275 batting average, 231 here in the second half. Trying to pick things up here. Today's the 29th of July. It's not been a good month for him at 209. Probably got out of the gates 252 for April, May 338, 287 in June, and now 209 starting today here in the month of July with 3 homers and 10 runs batted in.
And another pitch away from him. Watching deGrom throw over the first base. And Gamble able to get back easily. He might be able to get another half step as far as his lead goes. Dyson with a stolen base in the second inning.
So one thing, D'Arnaud showed a strong arm. He one-hopped it, but that was a strong arm.
And he got rid of it quickly, too.
Yeah. Sets up outside. 0-2 pitch. 1-2 pitch here to Robbie. Runner goes.
Wow.
Man, that was. Is that your emergency hack?
That is right out of the catcher's glove, staying alive.
Ball with 2 strikes to Robbie Cano battling Jacob deGrom. 9th earned run average in the National League. 3rd in winning percentage. He's got an 8-game win streak working here. 1-2 pitch. Gamble got his attention breaking. Long at bat. Let's see if Robbie can make it work. The 1-2. Another foul ball.
With the 8th pitch coming up. DeGrom to record his last 3 outs. He had to throw 44 pitches to get his last 3 outs. Guys are working hard at home plate trying to get his pitch count up. There's with a couple of runs on the scoreboard. 5 hits.
Two again to Cano. It's number 9 coming up.
Well, for Robbie, he's pretty much seen everything. Fastball, slider, curve, changeup. Throwing all of his pitches, all of them away with just 1 pitch inside. It was a fastball. Other than that, everything else away.
What's going to give here? 1-2. Runner at first. 2-0 Mariners. Wow, epic at bat.
Good fastball, inner half of the plate, right at the top of the zone. Tenth pitch coming up.
7 foul balls in this at bat alone. Walker. He throws it away. There's a break. Gamble will get the 3rd. Cano will take 2nd. Thank you very much. Boy, that sets up well for the Mariners. Oh my goodness.
For Walker, recently off the disabled list, fields it cleanly, spins and throws to 2nd, but it's wide. Reyes not able to make the play. Really not that close to him at all. Well, as Dave mentioned, a pretty nice break for the Mariners. Hopefully they take advantage of it. An error. E4.
3rd error for Neil Walker. Fielder's choice E4. There's Nelson Cruz, 6 home runs here in the month of July. Way out in front. 18 hits, 6 of them are home runs here in July for Nelly. Make that 19 hits. Staying up. Conforto's right there. Gamble to the plate. He's in there. Good speed. Ben Gamble. Sack fly. Nelson Cruz. Mariners have a 3-0 lead. RBI for Nelly. That'll be number 76 for the leader in the American League.
Back-to-back breaking balls. Hits a line drive out to Conforto. Too much speed from Ben Gamble to score on the play.
So 1 out. Cano at 2nd. Brings up Kyle Seager, who doubled deep to right center field first time up. 3-0 Seattle lead. Slicing drive, deep left center field. Conforto, oh my goodness, what a catch! What a catch! Hometown boy getting a standing ovation from a lot of fans here in the building. Goodness gracious, that had extra bases written all over it. Time for the Big Fish Casino. Big Cat Seager got robbed.
This would have been his second double of the ball game, but what an effort by Conforto. Full extension. It's easier to dive when you're diving closer to the ground. When you have to jump up and dive for the ball, makes it more difficult.
Wow.
Great concentration, though. What a play.
And again, sort of like what we saw last night. Certainly helped being left-handed. To his glove side. See if Valencia can come up with a 2-out RBI here. 3-0. Mariners in front. He did ghost his home plate umpire, Shane Livensparger. That was one heck of a catch. I don't care who you're rooting for. That's a great catch.
It's a great catch. Cost the Mariners a run. Kyle, his second double of the ball game.
Oh, 2 to Valencia. Struck out his first time. That's an easy double for Kyle, for crying out loud.
Oh, yeah.
And if he had gotten greedy, I wouldn't have blamed him if it had gotten by him. Trying to go for 3.
Yeah, that play will be on every highlight reel tonight.
Oh, my goodness. Ball 2 strikes to Valencia. Cano at second, 2 outs. Paints a corner, inning over. Mariners pick up a run on a sac fly by Cruz. They leave a man. Conforto saved further damage for the Mets. Mariners have the lead at 3-0. Check in at the Ford Sports Desk. It's Butch the Cougar. What are you down here, pal? What's going on? There he is. Shuffle the papers. That's what anchor people do. You bet. Good to have you here. I hope you're having a good time.
May as well be at the sports desk because everybody, I think, in the truck, most of the people up here in the booth, all Cougars, so why not?
Hey, great presentation. You can send this resume reel out. Go get him, kid.
A lot of Cougars in the building today.
Giovanni Gallardo's got a 3-0 lead. Going to face Jay Bruce, tied for third in home runs in the National League with Bryce Harper behind Cody Bellinger and Giancarlo Stanton, who leads with 33. Bruce with 27. Struck out in a 2-2 pitch his first time up. He'll be followed by Cespedes and Walker. Segura and Cano out on the grass, right side, and right to Gene Segura, broken back looper.
Well, looked like a good cutter in on his hands.
One away. Nice work by Gallardo. 3 1/3. 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, no runs on 2 hits. I think this is, in my mind's eye, and I'm sure the boys in the truck can verify this, but certainly his best 3-inning start to a ball game this season.
Well, keep it going. Really throwing the ball well today. He's used all of his pitches, slider, curveball, changeup to go with the fastball. Just saw the cutter in on the lefty's hands, jamming Bruce.
Cespedes with a base hit to left, and then he raced in a double play in the second.
That was one of the 2 hits for the Mets.
Big part of the Mets 2015 National League Championship club. Lost 4 games to 1 to Kansas City. This time it'll be Robbie Cano. Let's take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Mattress Firm. Tomorrow we'll wrap up this long homestand, and we love being home this long. We go on the road. 3 in Texas, 4 in Kansas City, day off in San Francisco, 2 at the Athletics, and then come home for the Angels. And the Angels' second trip to Seattle. Back into that homestand will be 3 with Baltimore, and then on the road again to Tampa Bay, Atlanta, New York, and Baltimore. Here's Neil Walker. Bounced into the double play in the second inning. That's well struck right field. Stayed in the yard though. Gamble right there. Very good inning for Giovanni Gallardo. 1, 2, 3 and a 4th. A 3-0 lead. Bottom third of the order coming up when we return. Game set with the New York Mets. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew. Time now for a Geico This Date in MLB history. Take you back to '83. Steve Garvey, his streak of 1,207 games, consecutive games played, ends due to a dislocated thumb. Steve Garvey, one of the great players in Dodgers and National League history from the '70s into, what, the late '80s. Guillermo Heredia going to swing the bat here. And he came in. Pinch run from Mitch Haniger. If you're just joining us, Mitch was behind in the count to DeGrom 0-2, and then got hit in the nose, and he was taken off campus, off site, to a hospital, and hopefully he'll have a speedy recovery. Here's a ball backhanded by Reyes. Quick delivery, one hop, and he gets a speedy Heredia. We got a special guest in the booth this afternoon. Norm! Norm!
Come on, Simsy.
Good to see you, pal. Norm.
A strike.
Yes, indeed.
Little cut.
A little cut to it. Yeah.
Norm Charlton joins us here. That was a very good first pitch.
Well, I had a lot of pressure. We went to dinner with Jay and his wife last night, and
right.
he texted me 3 times this morning. Don't screw it up. Don't screw it up.
I know he did.
Yeah.
He almost threw it to the backstop, though.
I heard he short hopped. He told me he worked out for like 2 weeks. He said he threw it hard.
It was a crow hop, and he tried to throw it hard. I'll tell you that.
What have you been up to, partner?
Just fishing.
Nothing wrong with that.
Fishing and chasing little kids around. You got a 10-year-old boy and an 11-year-old girl, so.
You got a couple of little Norms out here, huh?
Yeah, right back there.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Take a look at Norm's performance here. Good rhythm, too.
Well, first of all, he has the cowboy boots on, which is impressive. I knew that he would go to the top of the mountain, no question about that. But after all the surgery, I wasn't sure that the elbow would hold up. But it's a strike.
You see that front half come up? Good form. That's what I'm trying to teach the little kids. It took me forever to get those spikes off the bottom of my boots so I didn't fall on my tail up there. Really, once you get that weight leaning forward, the rest of it just falls. And who does not throw from the top of the mound?
Most people don't.
You throw out the first, you're gonna throw from back here at the screen.
I wish
you got to throw from the top of the mound.
I threw the first pitch. I don't know, it was a number of years ago.
It wasn't that long ago. It was about 2 years ago.
A couple of years ago, right?
Yeah.
And my thing was I was going to go stay on the grass in front because I know my limitations at this point. But I was hearing it from all these guys, and they were telling me the same thing that you're saying. I went to the top of the mound, threw it to the backstop.
We were killing them.
Well, the problem is, I mean, you're used to standing over there at third base where it's flat and smooth and everything's well manicured for you. It's, it's like a crib over there.
It's pretty nice.
It's a different deal from the top of the mountain. You get the angle.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the general public doesn't realize when you get a guy coming back from rehab, they're so okay, he's throwing flat ground. You know, so and so's hurt and he's coming back, he's throwing flat ground. What is it? It's different when you're up there on the mound. It's that extra height, this leverage puts a lot of pressure. And if you're not used to throwing up there, you're either going to throw it over their head or you're going to spike it.
Okay, I don't think I've ever asked you this question, so I'll ask you now. When you hurt your arm in Texas, I believe it was, you threw a pitch,
yep,
arm hanging, and then you threw another pitch.
You threw 2 more.
Threw 2 more.
Same situation.
No, but did you know
money was on the line?
Did you know how hurt you were after you threw the first pitch?
It didn't hurt.
Oh, really?
Because it snapped in half.
Oh, gotcha.
It's like a rubber band. You know, if you cut a rubber band a little bit and you pull on it, you can see it tearing, and you're thinking, if I'm a rubber band, that probably hurts. But you cut it in half, there's no tension.
Huh.
Now, I had a pretty good idea when I looked down, and Dave Valley looked down at it, and he almost threw up, and there's like a big bubble on my elbow.
Norm, stick around. We got a break. That was a quick inning by the Mariners. 1, 2, 3. Couple more strikeouts for DeGrom. Mariners lead at 3-0. Through the first 4 innings, Mikey has looked really good.
It really has, and we talked about it going to the bullpen for a while. This is his second start. Just going back into the rotation, but it's had pretty good command. His splits are good today. Fastball, top of the strike zone at 91, 93 miles an hour. Pretty good curveball and slider.
Curtis Granderson leads off. Norm Charlton still with us. So you got the fishing boats?
Yeah, got 2 of them now.
Going well?
Yeah, everything's going good. We're catching lots of fish. You know, I have the luxury of everybody comes down there's on vacation. So, I mean, as much as you guys love doing this, on a day off you can get away from it, you go golfing or whatever, you're rarely mad on those days. You're not. I mean, you're happy to get away from the daily grind of this, and that's what happens when people come fishing.
I was thinking about something today when I was driving into the ballpark, and Norman, and obviously everybody here is because of your time here in Seattle, but before that you were with Cincinnati, and one of the things that everybody talks about is being able to shorten the game, and having these relievers in the Mariners bullpen over the last 2 months has been very good. But you guys may have started all of that because of what you and Lou and you guys did in Cincinnati. Because I think at that time you were pitching in the 7th inning, weren't you? If you had a lead,
or 6th,
or 6th. Yeah,
we had Rob Dibble and myself that would throw 6th, 7th, and 8th, and Randy would come in and close it out in the 9th. You know, if one of us needed a day off, then Lou would back it up a little bit, and yeah, we could never figure out why more teams don't do that.
Right.
You know, we basically had 3 closers at the time. Well, I mean, with the kind of money that's going around today, just buy 3 closers. Buy right-handed, left-handed, and one guy to be your closer, and say, you know, here's the deal. We're going to make it a 6-inning game.
How long did you guys have that situation there? Was it for a year, 2 years? How long?
We basically had it for a year,
for
year and a half.
Yeah.
That was some championship we won in '90.
It was neat. You know, it was one of those teams where we had some good players, but not some great players like we had in '95 or like we had on the 2001 team. But we played well together as a team, and that's why we won. I mean, you look back at the people we had Hall of Famer Barry Larkin at short, we had Chris Sable at 3rd, Eric Davis in center, Paul O'Neill in right, Benzinger and Hal Morris.
Rio gave you some good work too.
Rio was phenomenal. Tom Browning, you know, so some good players, but I mean, it's not like we were stacked with Hall of Fame players. We just played well as a team. Same thing we did here in '95. Same thing we did in 2001.
I thought the 2001 team had a lot of talent on it too. You guys had a lot of guys that could play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was Lou any different in Cincinnati than he was here?
You know, everybody likes to say that he calmed down a little bit when he came here. No, he's pretty much the same guy. I mean, if you think that he came here and calmed down, what do you think he was like in Cincinnati? No, he's pretty much the same guy.
Norm Charlton with us here in the booth today. Wilmer Flores, 1-2 pitch.
That's a pretty good pitch right there. Maybe I'm biased, but that's pretty good looking from up here.
Yeah, it's funny too because it seems that everybody was talking about calling the high strike again, Norm, and now it seems that they miss the low strike more often than not. They are calling the higher strike, but the low strike is the one that I think they miss more.
Yeah, I don't know which one I'd rather have. I'll take them both.
Sure,
give them both to me. You know, if they're going to call that low strike and they're going to call the high strike, it's a bad day for the hitters.
When you were at your best, where was your fastball sitting at? Were you 95-ish in that area?
Yeah, 95, 96.
Yeah, with the split.
Yeah.
I saw something today. In fact, Aaron pointed it out to me over on the radio side of things when we were talking about you, and he looked up some numbers on you. We were talking about DeGrom. He's given up 19 home runs this year and having a great year for the Mets. But you threw over 900 innings and gave up just 27 home runs in your career.
Wow.
Well, you don't dig in. I mean, you played third base. You saw it. You know, it's the art of making hitters uncomfortable. And that's what changing speeds is all about. And for us back then, when you could come in and when you could knock a guy down and you could do all that stuff, make a guy uncomfortable.
That was an uncomfortable fielding opportunity there for Segura. Man, that thing got on him.
Yeah.
Base hit. Wow.
Two hop the left fielder after it went through the shortstop.
And we'll take a look at it. Line drive, a lot of top spin on it. Tries to go to the seat of his pants, give himself a little extra room, but not able to make the play. I think it would be interesting when you're talking about that and what you could get away with in today's game. Because the other part about it too is because that was, I wouldn't say it was common, but it happened a lot. Guys knew how to do it, how to pitch inside, move people around without drilling guys or hurting
knew how to
anybody.
get out of the way too.
Yeah, well, yeah, you had to expect it was going to happen from time to time.
You knew it was going to happen.
Right.
You knew in certain counts and certain situations, you knew it was going to happen. So guys were good at getting out of the way. Guys knew how to command the ball inside without hitting people. And when you needed to hit somebody, then you hit them.
Right.
But you could also command the baseball well enough inside for a strike, inside 3 inches off the plate, and double and triple up in there. And that changes everything. Now, when that happens, you see guys complain and you get warnings, and you know.
To me, the one thing about, and you're right, the one thing about the warnings that I think is unfair is if I'm on the mound and I either hit somebody or I knock somebody down a couple times and the umpire wants to warn me, fine, but I don't like that they warn both sides of it. Because now basically they're trying to take the inner half of the plate away from you, and you haven't even done anything yet.
Yeah, you haven't done anything, and any of that retaliation, it doesn't necessarily take the retaliation away. What it does is tell every hitter that comes up he can't throw a pitch inside or he's going to get tossed, and the manager can get tossed.
Right.
You don't like it because you're an old school guy.
Right.
You know, an eye for an eye. They throw at us, we throw at them. We throw in, they throw in. And that's the way the game was.
And I thought that there was less of it because you would take care of it yourself, and everybody knew that. So I didn't think it happened nearly as much as you see some of the stuff that goes on today.
It's still the only way to take care of things in the game. You know, the commissioner and Major League Baseball can fine you all they want. Fines never bothered us. The way the Players Association has it set up, you can't fine me enough money to make a difference.
Right.
Suspend me for a week. Great. Okay. There's that vacation I was talking about. I'm not allowed to come to the ballpark. So I'm on the boat with Mike, happy.
32 pitch. So you're the old Drysdale. For every one of yours, I'm going to hit two. Yeah.
2-for-1 deal. It's like shopping for the ladies. 2 for 1. They're going.
Do you have a theory or an idea why, Norm? When you look at today's game, and you mentioned that you were 95, 96, unusual to see many guys do that, and now every bullpen has a couple of guys throwing that hard, and why is that?
Well, I think there's a couple things. I think today the radar guns are reading the ball closer to the pitcher, so the readings are higher.
Okay.
And I think the plain fact that today's players are better than we used to be. They're bigger, they're stronger, and they're faster. You know, there's a lot of guys that would not agree with that. Granted, there were guys that played in our era that would be the best players on any teams of today.
Right.
But I think man for man, I think the players today are bigger, stronger, and faster, and probably better physical players. Now, as far as knowing the game and knowing situations, I think that's lacking a little bit. But the physical attributes of players today, I think they're better.
Keith Hernandez told me the exact same thing about knowledge of the game, how to play it, that whole thing, and how much different it is now from when you guys played.
You see things happen when I sit down and watch baseball games on TV, and I'm talking to my 10-year-old son. No, that's not the way we do things. It's not the way you do that. He's walked 3 hitters in a row, or he's walked 2 hitters in a row, and the guy comes up and swings at the first pitch. No, you don't do that. You don't get thrown out at third base in certain situations. And you see guys do it on a regular basis, and you're like, what? And the manager or somebody doesn't grab them by the neck when they enter the dugout, and they've never been told, I guess.
Well, the other part about it too, Norm, is with all the numbers that are involved in the game now, it's managed and coached differently. They don't want to bunt anymore. I mean, they want to give up those outs. You mentioned running the bases. That's critical. The way they set their defenses now, it's all different than when we played.
Yeah, it is different. Yeah, but I don't think there's enough of a difference in the game that if we've got first and second, he's walked the guy on first, and he's walked the guy on second on 8 pitches. This hitter in the box right now does not swing at the first pitch.
I agree with that. Yes, you're absolutely right.
I don't care if he's Hank Aaron, and you're not swinging at that first pitch. Let him dig a hole and start putting dirt on top of himself.
Right.
You're going to help him out.
Big spot right here with 2 on. Conforto representing the tying run.
Pretty good player right here. Hometown kid?
Yep. Redmond.
Yeah, pretty good player. Pretty good baseball players come out of here. Michael.
Thank you.
You're welcome. A pretty good list, though. guys have come out of this area.
Yeah. John Olerud, one of your teammates.
Tough out right there. I'm glad he was on our team.
You bet.
Boy, Gallardo, tip of the cap for pitching out of that jam. Norm, pleasure as always, my
Thanks
man.
for having
Good
me.
to see you, pal.
Good to have you back in town.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Norm Charlton here in the booth with us. Coming up, Gene Segura, Ben Gamble, and Robinson Cano, top of the order for the Mariners. Root Sports is brought to you by Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at safeco.com. Do more. Sculpture Park out in Belltown. Gene Segura leads off. Top of the order for the Mariners. Gene 1 for 2. A single to center. Strikeout look.
Great having Norm back in town.
Indeed. I like to get him fired up talking about pitching inside and all that kind of stuff.
I was talking about it earlier today. They were asking me about him, and obviously, you know, you heard it. He had the big fastball at 95, 96, and I'll just call it effectively wild at times. But he also had the split. But I think more than anything, the teams that he was on, he just changed the overall attitude of the entire bullpen just by his presence being out there, and of course being the closer and, you know, top guy out there. But just you could tell just by talking to him his attitude overall and how things were going to be and the way that he went about his business. I think it changed everybody for the better, and well, they had a pretty good run here because Norm was out in that pen.
Well, the nickname the Sheriff fit.
Yep.
Ben Gamble, base hit the center last time up, extended his hitting streak to 15 ball games. Well, how about Gallardo pitching out of that 2 on no out jam in the 5th inning? Impressive.
He's really throwing the ball well today.
I don't think I'm out on a limb saying it's his best 5 innings we've seen this year.
Well, I think that you're probably right when you consider that he's just given up the 3 hits, a couple of walks for him, but overall it's really done a nice job mixing it up. And typically when you're working ahead you can do that, and we've seen that from him today. It's been really good. On the other side, the Mariners offensively really done a nice job with DeGrom today. Scoring the 3 runs is great. Again, he's been on a terrific run. He's won 8 games in a row with a 1.6 ERA coming into this one, but also on his pitch count. The pitch right there, he's at 90 pitches working here in the 5th.
He's way behind 3-1 to Gamble. And 4th leading hitter in the American League. Robinson Cano's on deck. And at 161 dating back to June 12. I mean, nobody's better during that time. 8 consecutive wins. One out, nobody on. Straight up in the infield, pretty much straight up in the outfield from Ben Gamel. 3-2 pitch. Struck him out. 9 strikeouts for Jacob deGrom. And there's 2 away. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. 9 strikeouts for deGrom. Here's Cano. He was the first strikeout victim, first inning. Since then, he reached on a fielder's choice. Ball 1. Oh, that's solidly stroked. And a nice catch out there by Jay Bruce. Jay Bruce taking away at least 1 from Cano. As the Mariners go 1-2-3 in the 5th. Nice work by the big man, making a good jump on it. Mariners lead 3-0.
Sports desk filling in for Butch the Cougar. He's going to have to talk the next time he gets an opportunity. That is one of the requirements of the post. Let's take a look at hashtag Where I Root, presented by Alaska Airlines. Whether he talks or not, we know that this family is a big fan of Butch the Cougar and all Cougars. It's Cougar Day at the ballpark, and thanks, Chad, for taking some time from that gorgeous beach on the Big Island of Hawaii, cheering on the Mariners in the Pacific. We send it back upstairs to Dave and Mike.
Good to have you back, Tom. Here's Cabrera riding one to right field. Gamble backing up on the track, 1 out.
Quick out for him. Now 78 pitches for Gallardo, working here in the 6th.
Boy, he's in great shape. 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, no runs, 3 hits.
Yeah, and to your point, a couple of runners on to start the last inning. Pazos up, getting loose in the pen, but he was able to get out of it quickly.
We were talking about earlier, posing that question, why are the Mariners 2 games under? You talked about getting good starting pitching. Boy, here's a formula right here. If he could stay anywhere near where he is today the rest of the way, it's going to be good tidings for the Mariners.
You bet.
Jay Bruce.
Tony Zick just starting to get loose in the pen.
Cano calling everybody off. What was the thing that Omar, fielding percentage.
Fielding percentage. Yeah.
Take everything.
Yeah, he used to call me off, and sometimes it would be like close to the third base bag where I literally have to take a step to catch it, and I can hear him screaming. He's running over there and just calling me off of everything.
That's what Robbie's
So
done.
I asked him, what are you calling me off for? He goes, fielding percentage.
Seattle Children's Playfield, located off the main concourse in center field, geared towards the youngest Mariner fans, featuring playfield, wishing well, and more. Swing by the next time you're at Safeco Field. Every time I see him go out on a play like that, that's a great story, man.
I just started laughing.
I mean, you know, brutally honest. I mean, right to the point.
Right to the point. And it was like the first out of an inning too, and I just asked him about it. That's what he told me with a big smile on his face, and I just started laughing.
Cespedes finds some green out there, base hit with 2 outs. His second hit today, 2 for 3.
Hey, he's the Gold Glover, right?
Yeah. Yeah, without a doubt. Wow. Two outs, top 6. Neil Walker 0 for 2. First pitch strike. Two down, Cespedes. He holds that pitch outside.
There's Tony. I mean, it's just starting to get loose.
Last time Gallardo, now granted he had a couple stints out of the bullpen, but the last time he got into the 6th was at Minnesota. A 14-3 win. Back up the middle, base hit. Once again, the Mets bring the tying run to the plate.
Looks like he's fooled on the pitch a little bit, away from him, down. Pretty good pitch, really, overall. Just slaps it back up the middle. And Scott Service on his way out of the dugout.
Scott talked about liking how Tony Zick has been getting left-handers out recently. This one is how you feeling? Can you get this guy conversations? Calling for the right-hander. He won Zick. Granderson has walked twice. So Gallardo gives the Mariners 5 2/3 of shutout ball, leaves with a couple of runners on, and the Mariners up 3-0. outs of the ball game. Giovanni Gallardo, Mike, good start for him.
You betcha. Thought he really threw the ball well. A couple of strikeouts, just a couple of walks for him. Some good defense played behind him. Danny Valencia making a play right there. That's earlier in the ball game. Cespedes in the rundown, able to retire him for the double play, but there's another strikeout of Cabrera on the high fastball.
Time now for our 76 driving spirit. And for Giovanni Gallardo, he's in line to get win number 5.
Yeah, just back in the rotation again. His last outing, 78 pitches, so he goes out and throws 84 pitches today, 53 strikes, a couple of walks, a couple of strikeouts, just 5 hits. And Tony Zych going to take over. Good fastball, sinking fastball, 95 to 96 with a hard slider.
Tony coming in right now, getting important now. Scott Service speaking very highly of the recent work of Emilio Pagan. They see him in later high leverage situations. Cody Martin, Casey Lawrence, they've been called up, added to the bullpen, but here's a very important out. Granderson has walked twice. There's 2 out, 2 on. Gallardo got out of a 2 on, nobody out, 5th inning situation.
Tony 5-2 on the year, a 2.14 ERA, has really pitched well. Opponents hitting just 197 against him.
-0. Lefties hitting against Tony, 236. -2-0. 3-0. Not the start Tony was looking for here. He's got to battle back. Four-pitch walk. Yikes.
No, all of them well off the plate away.
3rd time Granderson has walked, and the Mets have him loaded. Brings up Wilmer Flores. 2 outs. Big time jam. And a 3-0 Mariner lead. Flores 1 for 2 infield hit. Hard hit bullet, 1 hop. They got through Segura. It was a very tough play. Met fans out in right field making some noise. First pitch. Tony's still looking for that first strike.
Hit him.
2-0.
He's missing on the same side of the plate, and Mel Stottlemyre on his way out to the mound.
Well, whatever Mel sees, hopefully Tony can correct it immediately. 2 outs, 2 on, a 3-0 Mariner lead. Big spot here, Flores. 281 hitter. First strike, needed it. 2-1. It's an important pitch right here. 2-1. 2 out, 2 on. Three and 1.
Emilio Pagan starting to get loose in the pen.
In a hurry.
In a hurry.
Man, oh man.
The phone rang and he ran over to the mound.
3-1. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Hey, walked him. RBI for Flores. That's on the board.
And now Kyle Seager making a trip to the mound. Again, buying some time.
Reyes, dangerous hitter. He's twice popped up to Robinson Cano. Strike 1. Reyes, 7th man to the plate. That's after Gallardo got the first 2 outs, gave up a couple of hits. Zick walked in a run in the process. Here's the 0-1. 1-1. Three runs, 5 hits for the Mariners. Run on 5 hits, 1 error for the Mets. 1-1 to Reyes with the bases loaded. Does the phrase "all over the place" mean anything to you?
12 pitches, 2 strikes.
Two one. Bouncing ball, foul. Strike 2. Another great crowd on hand here. 33,519. Drama building here. Top 6. A 3-1 Mariner lead. Bases loaded. Jose Reyes 0 for 2. 2 pop-ups to Cano. 2 outs and a 2-2 pitch from Tony Zick. Full count. That pitch was effective for him a couple of nights ago. So far, not working real well.
No, he's just really struggling with the strike zone today. A bit unusual for him. Typically, he comes in and out of the bullpen and firing strikes with a good fastball. That's not the case this afternoon.
He could use one here. 3-2 pitch to Reyes. Runners go. Pitch swung on. And Dyson going to put it away. Wow. A run on 2 hits. No errors. 3 left. Mets get on the board, but the Mariners have a 3-1 lead. Nelson Cruz will lead off. you have at home for the big race here at the ballpark, which happens on a daily basis. Yellow making a move, but you never know coming down the stretch. And who's going to win it? The winner is yellow. Boats are going to be on parade tonight, the Torchlight Parade, as Nelson Cruz did particularly like that call. Strike one. Nelly with a sacrifice fly. And an infield hit. Then a rocket off the left shin of DeGrom in his first at bat. Way out front there, 0-2. Cruz, Seager, and Valencia, middle of the order for the Mariners. Dyson got a 2-run single in the second. Sacrifice fly, Cruz in the third for the Mariner runs. The 0-2. Swing on this, going on 3 pitches. DeGrom with his 10th strikeout.
Yeah, and everything away from Nelson. Take a look at this last pitch right off the outside corner. Pretty good fastball still. For DeGrom, he's now at 97 pitches. Nobody getting loose in the Mets bullpen. The season high this year is 116, so they'll let him go.
DeGrom's season and career best 13. He's done it twice. Sitting on 10 right now is Kyle Seager. 1 for 2 runs scored. Ford made a spectacular diving catch, leaping diving catch.
It was a great play out in left field. Take extra bases away from Kyle.
Running hard towards a 376 on an angle, too, on a 45-degree angle. He had to really giddy up.
Nice call, huh? Nice call.
Kyle, double ahead was in the second inning. Deep right center field. 14 homers, 55 runs batted in.
Good changeup.
Exact same arm action. Yep. Very impressive.
Pitching coaches talk about it all the time. Keep your arm speed up and throw it out of the same window. Don't give anything away to the hitter. They can notice it. These back-to-back changeups. Both of them right at the bottom of the strike zone.
It's interesting hearing Norm when he was up here talking about tripling up on some things.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of guys do that anymore.
It's rare.
With a long hold there. Count runs full. Mariners trying to get their 4th win on this homestand. They went 1-3 against the Yankees, 2-1 against Boston. They're 0-1 against the Mets. Danny Valencia is on deck. With DeGrom, his first walk of the afternoon. He hit Haniger in the nose, and hopefully we'll get some more word on him, and hopefully Mitch will be quick to recover. That happened back in the second inning.
You're right about that. Scary situation.
Here's Valencia. Struck out swinging, struck out looking. Both times 1-2 counts. Another off-speed pitch, 1-1. Smoker, Josh Smoker, is the left-hander, and Fernando Salas, the right-hander for the Mets.
Tried to keep everything away from Danny today. Really mixed it up. Just at bat a couple of curveballs, but we've seen his slider and throw his fastball off the outer edge of the plate.
2-1 to Danny. 1 out, 1 on. Granderson is center fielder.
Can't see it.
They didn't, but the right fielder Bruce comes in to make the play. MLB.com at bat, your #1 mobile app for live Mariners baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. Get Mariners home screen icons and app features, as well as game day live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, StatCast news, and more. So download MLB.com at bat today. High caloric eats. Have at it, folks. Good time. There's Heredia. We mentioned about Haniger being hit in the nose. It was Heredia that took his place as pinch runner. Got his first at bat in the 4th, grounded out to shortstop. Home plate umpire.
Rom still has a good fastball, 95 miles an hour, right on the inside corner.
One 1 they count to Heredia, trying to keep this Mariners 6th inning alive. Runner goes, stepping off, throw, and they get him. Seager caught 1-4 on a put out. Time. At today's T-Mobile Unlimited baseball break, best July in Mariners history. Look at these numbers. Joel Pinheiro in 03, Paxton this year 162, Jason Vargas, Glenn Abbott in 77, and Jamie Moyer back in 2000. James will be on the mound tomorrow. Try to make it 6-0. Month flew by. Get ready to get into the month of August. Mariners by 2 here. Tony Zick continues. He's got Travis d'Arnaud, the catcher. Then top of the order, Michael Conforto and Asdrubal Cabrera.
Mark Zepchinski getting loose in the pen for the Mariners.
They'll get Conforto. Scott Service said the situation comes up again. Zepchinski, the Zepper will be in there again. That's what he's getting ready for. Conforto took Zepchinski out with a home run last night on 1-0 pitch in the 8th.
First home run off of Zepchinski by a left-handed hitter this year.
Somebody it must have been another proposal. That's why we're hearing cheering to our right behind the dugout. 2-1 to count. Barely tied him up. 2-2. d'Arnaud today. Got a base hit down the third baseline and a fly out to right. Seager made a great step and a dive. One hop throw, but d'Arnaud beat it out for base hit in the third.
He's not giving the low strike today. Either side. Pretty good slider right at the bottom of the strike zone. Definitely on the plate.
Man, sometimes it seems like you go from one extreme to another. Calls at the plate. Look at Scott. He is a little bit chapped. Danny might have a play. No. Well, looking at Scott, calls to mind Chris Rock. I can understand.
Also seen DeGrom a number of times today on some fastballs that he'd thrown at the bottom of the strike zone. Did not get the call and was not happy about it. So it's gone both ways.
Two out of play. So 9-1-2 here in the seventh inning. d'Arnaud, Conforto, and Cabrera. That's got their run in the sixth. Tony Zick walked in. A run scoring Cespedes walked Flores for the RBI. 3-2 again here to d'Arnaud. And shoots one right side, base hit. Igor Martinez's number is going to be retired next month, and as part of the celebration, we're giving away replica number 11 jerseys thanks to Alaska Airlines. You know, it's free to the first 45,000 fans on Sunday, August 13. The tickets go to Mariners.com. Scott talked about this before the game. The situation comes up with Conforto late in the game. Well, here it is, seventh inning. Conforto represents the tying run, and Zepchinski's coming on to see if he can get him this time. There's the first one. That's off of Miranda. That was in the third inning, and then in the eighth inning against Zepchinski. And he turned that around and rode it out. First home run Zepchinski's given up to a left-hander. Here's what he has done against lefties. 5 home runs, 16 homers against righties. Zepchinski, the veteran, going to get another shot at the kid right here. Conforto representing the tying run with Travis d'Arnaud at first.
Again, the home run that he had last night was the first home run Zepchinski has given up to a left-handed hitter this year. 38 appearances for him, a 3.93 ERA. Opponent's hitting .243. Sinking fastball at 92 miles an hour. A slider, occasional changeup.
Last night they matched up in the 8th. Here we are in the 7th. Big spot right here. 1-0 pitch. 2-0. And Fordo, second on the ball club in home runs at 21. Bruce has 27. Bruce tied for third in the league. 2-0 pitch. 3-0.
Typically, guys out of the pen do nothing but throw strikes. Tony Zick struggling, and now Zepchinski.
3-0 to Conforto. There's a strike. 3-1. Zepchinski, and home run just the second he's given up all season.
Nick Vincent next up.
Oh, I thought he was going to be unavailable today. 3-1. Wow. Ball 4. Tying runs aboard.
Well, now you have a switch hitter in Cabrera walking to the plate. Another lefty and Jay Bruce after that.
Right now, I hope the script calls for a strikeout, then a double play, and get out of here. Cabrera, fly to left, strikeout, and a fly to right. Zepchinski against right-handers. Right-handers hitting .261 against them. Cabrera .354 against left-hand pitching. A couple of homers and 8 runs batted in. Ball 1.
6 pitches, 1 strike.
That is a problem. 3-1. Mariners holding on here. Mets threatening for second consecutive inning. Here to Cabrera. Zepchinski ready. Nobody out, 2 on. Pitch. Ground ball. There's the front end. Back in. Now if they get a strikeout and get out of this thing. Runner to third.
It worked out perfectly. It's a long backhanded flip by Cano because Segura was playing over towards the hole. With a strong throw to first to get the double play.
Second double play today by the Mariners. Be careful with Bruce here. Strike 1. Bruce .238 hitter against lefty pitching. One. Zepchinski giving up a .234 batting average to left-handers. It's 1-1 here to Bruce. Strikeout. Pop to short, pop to second. 2-1. Right field on the grass, up the middle. Segura pitch, swing, miss, 2-2.
Number of fastballs down and in. I think he'd like to get him out with the slider if he can. Got to keep the ball away from him.
Big pitch here, 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Zepchinski and the Mariners survive the 7th as the Mets threaten and do not score. 3-1 Seattle. Jacks, but what else could you buy with a Washington's lottery win played today? Beautiful day here in Seattle. Glad you're with us. Mets in town, and Jacob deGrom on a losing end right now, but he struck out 10, walked 1, looked good for the most part.
You have one of the better pitchers in either league on the mound, and you have a chance to score early. You have to take advantage of it. The Mariners certainly did that, scoring 3 runs through the first 3 innings. deGrom settled down after that, threw the ball extremely well, topping out at 96 miles an hour with a pretty good slider. This day is done. 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, a couple of them earned, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts for him, 109 pitches, 76 of those for strikes.
Taking over is Fernando Salas.
44 appearances on the year, high ERA. Hopefully the Mariners can add on. Opponent's hitting .321. He's given up 6 home runs this year. His fastball at 91 miles an hour has a slider, cutter, and changeup to go with it.
Salas, we've seen him. In fact, we saw him that one visit to St. Louis. Then the Angels, of course, 14, 15, and 16, and now in his first full season with the Mets. Heredia was at the dish when Seager tried to steal second and was thrown out by deGrom to the second baseman Walker. That ended the 6th inning. One to Heredia. Took over when Mitch Haniger was hit in the face by a pitch ball, an 0-2 pitch back in the 2nd. Heredia took his place. 1-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Heredia out of Cuba. Salas out of Mexico. Salas 32 years old. Foul off.
Anderson, the center fielder, shading towards right center. Big gap in left center field.
Heredia's played some really good ball. The Mariners have had him in there. Can really play some defense. Granderson coming on and can't get it. Base hit. So Heredia, good start to the Mariners' 7th. First hit for the Mariners since the 3rd inning.
Salas is going to jam him with a pretty good fastball right on the inner half of the plate. Right around where that pine tar was at on his bat. He did pick up a base hit. Good speed at first base now with Heredia.
Time called as Heredia puts on his glove at first.
Dyson with the big hit in the game. A couple of RBIs back in the 2nd inning.
Last time we saw a hit and run, turned out it was a straight steal by Carlos Ruiz. It looked like the hit and run just so happened that the hitter swung, and it worked out real well in Chicago a couple of weekends ago. See if Scott puts on anything here. Cabrera in at 3rd on the grass. Tyson a 2-run single 2nd inning, struck out in the 4th. And there's a base hit. Jay Bruce get it back in. Holding at 2nd is Heredia. And you gotta like this. 2 base hits. Brings up Mike Zunino. He struck out twice today and looking to turn those fortunes around.
Dyson being aggressive. First pitch fastball out over the plate. Hits it hard back up the middle. Heredia had to wait just a split second to make sure it was able to get past Walker, the 2nd baseman.
Mike did some damage last night. 2 for 3, a home run. Line drive homer into the bullpen. Left field. First pitch from Salas. 0-1. Checking out with Maniaca, 3rd base coach.
You see Mike 2 for 5. Both hits home runs off of Salas.
The count. The Mariners survived the Mets over the last 3 innings. New York's left 6 men on. Mariners have their first base runners. Base runner last inning was thrown out trying to steal. Mike behind here, 1-2.
Well, a little bit late on the fastball. High fastball away from him. Ends up swinging underneath it. 91 miles an hour from Salas.
One-two pitch. Foul back. Try to make something happen here. Segura is on deck. Pulled foul. Mike tried to produce, at the very least move those runners up.
Well, the Mariners so far this afternoon 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position. That was the base hit by Dyson when he drove in 2 runs. The run was on a sacrifice fly by Nelson Cruz.
1-2. he strikes out for the 3rd time today. 1 out here in the Mariners' 7th. First strikeout for Salas. And coming up tomorrow, wrap up this series, wrap up the homestand. James Paxton making his first career start against the Mets. Be opposed by Seth Lugo. 5-2 with a 4.10 ERA, and be his first time facing the Mariners. 1 out, Gene Segura. Base hit, 2 strikeouts, both looking. DeGrom, he struck out 10. Breaking ball for a strike. Salas wants signs again. Mariners 3-5 in this homestand. Meanwhile, for the Mets, they're 7-3 over their last 10. 0-1 pitch here. Here's the 1 to Gene. Good speed out there, Heredia. Whoa! And Dyson.
He tried to throw it away. Going to step off, and then it's a wide throw. Never gets turned all the way around, and almost ends up in center field. Segura has some work to do.
Yes, he does.
Really done well with runners on base this year. That .340 average.
Here comes the 0-2. Laid off it. Two strikes to Segura. Put it right third baseman. Cabrera will tag third, get the lead runner. Sets it up, and there's 2 down. Runner still at first and second.
Terry Collins out of the dugout quickly as the left-hander ready to go in the bullpen. Gamble and Cano due up, so he's going to make a pitching change.
Step aside, 3-1 Mariners. Root Sports is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Come try the sweet or spicy barbecue bacon cheeseburger combo for $4.99. Limited time only. By BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. By Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. And by CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. Pike Place Market area probably will be overrun by Met fans, many of them down the right field line. Safeco Field, and Mariner fans. 3-1 Seattle lead. So we play here in the bottom of the 7th. Josh Smoker takes over.
24 appearances, ERA just under 7. Opponents hitting 300. He's given up 7 home runs this year. Has really struggled. Good fastball at 95 miles an hour. Curveball and a changeup to go with it. There see somebody come up with a clutch base hit. Just 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position this afternoon.
Ben Gamel 1 for 3 today, extended his hitting streak to 15 games. Base hit to center back in the 3rd inning. Scored on a Cruz sacrifice fly. That was the last time the Mariners scored. Waved to a breaking ball and 2. Looking for the big 2-out hit. Foul ball. Well, that was going to be 2 runs.
3 curveballs in a row. First 2 away from him. That one he left in the middle of the plate.
Josh Smoker 6'2", 246 out of Calhoun, Georgia. 0-2 pitch. Ball 1. Two and 2.
Fastball at 96 miles an hour.
Second year in the big leagues. They're smoking both with the Mets. Been a pro dating back to 2007 with the Washington organization. 2-2. Look out. Dyson at second, Segura at first. They're going to be on the move. 2 out and a 3-2 pitch. Gamel swings and foul tips it into the glove of Darno. Mariners strand 2. We go to the 8th. Yoenis Cespedes will lead things off for the Mets when we get back.
Desk, hashtag Where I Root Time, presented by Alaska Airlines. What do we have this go round? Well, we have Christy Thorsteinson. She's at the safe. That's right by our location at the Ford Sports Desk. Nicely done, Christy. Thanks so much for that. And Xavier Baines, Wazoo Day at the ballpark. A Cougar in the house. I'm not sure how former Husky Mike Blowers is dealing with all this, but he's stuck around, guys.
They locked the door. Nick Vincent going to take over. 46 appearances. Really has pitched well for the Mariners. 3-1 record. A 1.87 ERA for him. Fastball at 90 miles an hour. Cutter, slider to go with it.
Scoreless inning, 2 strikeouts last night for Nick. Cespedes, Walker, and Granderson, middle of the Mets order. Cespedes, couple of hits today and a run scored.
Well located cutter. 87 miles an hour at the knees, right on the outside corner.
Such a good pitch for him. Back ahead 0-2. That's hanging up. Did anybody get there? Gamble accelerated and then he saw those stands. Well, Nick has done a whale of a job. His ERA has been in steady descent in the month of July. Ground ball to Segura from the grass. Throws out Cespedes. Are you the ultimate Northwest fan in the state of Oregon? Well, you've got till midnight tonight to submit a photo and a story on our website at rootsports.com/ultimate-fan. You can win a VIP trip for 2 to Seattle for the Mariners Ultimate Weekend event in September. Personalized jersey and more. Washington fans, get your entries ready because you're on deck for the month of August. Here's strike one to Neil Walker. Dodgers win 2-1 over the Giants. Kenley Jansen is 27th save. 51st consecutive win for the Dodgers when leading at any point during the game. A major league record. Cano charges. Throws out the Mets second baseman. Nick started out the month of July with an ERA of 2.25. Coming into today was down to 1.87 for the month.
And a couple of quick outs. 6 pitches, 2 outs for him.
There's Granderson. He's walked 3 times today. Strike one from Nick. Great formula. He works quickly. He throws strikes.
Works ahead. You're right. 8 pitches, 8 strikes for him. And they're quality strikes. He rarely throws pitches in the middle of the plate. Works both sides of the plate and can elevate his fastball at times.
Easy play for Dyson. Nick Vincent, super effective. 1, 2, 3 in the 8th. 9 pitches to get his 3 outs. Cano, Cruz, Seager. That's a good law firm. See if they can score some runs.
You keep sending us pictures. We'll keep putting them on. More hashtag Where I Root presented by Alaska Airlines. Jordan and friend making it out to the ballpark today. Again, they are, they're showing their Cougar pride. Also here today, Donnell Barnes. Go M's, beat the Mets. So far so good with the Mariners up 3-1. We send it back to Dave and Mike.
All right, Tom, thank you very much. Robinson Cano 0 for 3. Josh Smoker still in there. Got the final out, 7th inning. Cano, Cruz, and Seager 3, 4, and 5.
Edwin Diaz getting loose in the pen for the Mariners. Really good inning for Nick Vincent, but he will hand things off to Edwin.
Two to Robbie. A win would put the Mariners at 52 and 53, would make them 4 and 5 on the homestand. Goodell, Eric Goodell heating up for the Mets. Two-one pitch to Cano, way outside. See what Cano can do on a 3-1 pitch here. Smoker deals 3-1. Left field, no problem for Conforto. One away. Mariners Team Store Fan Dream Stakes contest. It's going on right now, and when you stop by any of the 5 Mariners Team Stores to sign up, you're automatically entered to win one of 10 great prizes, including authentic Mariners apparel, a photo with a player, or even the chance to throw out the first pitch. Stop by a Mariners Team Store to enter. It's really funny listening to Norm Charlton talk about the science of going up on the mound when you haven't been there and throwing that first pitch. Certain realities you got to deal with.
He was a little concerned about the slope.
Yeah.
Did fine though. Was it 52 miles an hour?
I believe that's what they said.
It was a
with a little cut, yes, indeed. Nelly with a base hit, 1 for 2, the sack and a sack fly. 1-1. Inside. Inside again to Nelly. Mariners in this last 8 games look to get a little more offense starting now. It's 3 and 5 homestand hitting, just .224, 7 homers, 25 runs batted in.
And especially going to Texas and then Kansas City. Pretty good clubs. You have to score some runs to beat them.
How about Kansas City, man? They are on double fire, if you will. My goodness. Ellie fouls another one back. 9 out of the last 10, 9 consecutive. And if Cleveland hasn't won 8 consecutive ball games, Kansas City no doubt be in first place. 3-2 to Nelly. 2 away. Let's check in with Tom Glasgow. Tom, what's the latest?
All right, David, thanks so much. Hey, we want to let everybody know we have Portland Timbers soccer coming your way at 5 o'clock. The Timbers playing at the Houston Dynamo. Excessive heat in Houston, 100 degrees, feeling like 109. There had been some consideration moving that game time back. Instead, they'll have hydration breaks during the game in a big game. Houston in 3rd place in the Western Conference. If Portland gets a victory, they will jump ahead of the Dynamo. So again, Timbers soccer, 5 o'clock Pacific time on Root Sports.
All right, Ted, thank you. Boy, those are not ideal conditions.
Not at all.
Wow. Kyle Seager, 2nd inning double. Robbed by Conforto on a line drive left center field in the 3rd. A wonderful catch and walked in the 6th.
Pretty good curveball. Smoker's had a good fastball today. He's topped out at 96. Command has been so-so, falling behind hitters. The Mariners not able to take advantage of it. 22 pitches, 11 strikes for him.
Two and 1 to Kyle, 2 out, nobody on. 3-1 Mariners here in the 8th. 2-2. Hey, there's a base hit going the other way. Conforto gets to it quickly. Kyle. And he catches the break there as Milwaukee could hold on to the throw. A double for Kyle Seager. Comes with 2 outs here in the 8th inning. 2nd double today, is 25th of the season.
Well, we talked a lot about the base running with the Mariners, and sometimes it's worth taking a chance. And I think with 2 outs, you're up a couple of runs. Why not try it? You have to make the play on the other end of it, and because Walker not able to handle the throw from Conforto, Kyle gets himself into scoring position.
That'll do it for Smoker, with Danny Valencia coming up. A right-hander is going to be coming out of the pen here. 3-1 Mariners. Make sure you tune in tomorrow to watch a new episode of Mariners All Access. Get exclusive player interviews, behind the scenes footage, and Mariners stories you can't find anywhere else. If you do miss tomorrow's episode, tune in for re-airs throughout the week on Root Sports. For your local programming schedule, visit rootsports.com. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, Root Sports crew, as we come to you above the A at Safeco Field. Eric Goodell takes over for the Mets, and he's brought in to face right-handed hitting Danny Valencia.
13 appearances. Good fastball at 92. Curveball split.
Oh for 3 day for Danny. 2 strikeouts. Fly to right. Mets got their run in the 6th. Bases loaded walk to Wilmer Flores. Mariners had led. Got out to a 2-0 lead. Dyson 2-run single in the 2nd. Sac fly. Cruz in the 3rd. Haven't scored since. 2-0 for Danny. Mariners went a stretch of the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings without any hits. 2 hits last inning. Got 1 here in the 8th. Couple of insurance runs. Certainly do the cause good.
Diaz ready to go in the pen for the Mariners. A little bit of shade out there.
Two and one here. Ready on deck circle. Tell you what, Jerry Davis always wanted to Beltre. You stand in that on deck circle. You've been there, Mike.
I have. There's nothing that you can do at that point. Something hit after you barely have time to flinch. And saw Heredia flinch right there on that ball, and it was already in the net by the time he moved.
Exactly. That's my point. But he's getting on Beltre a few nights ago in Texas. Come on.
Last pitch to Danny right down the middle, fouling it off.
2-2. There you go, base hit. Conforto charging, waving on Seager. Here's a throw to the plate, and did he hold on? They got him. Took a chance with 2 outs. Conforto, good play. Good throw and a good catch and tag by Travis d'Arnaud. And it looked like he gave him plenty. Gave him some weight. 3-1. Mariners to the 9th and Edwin Diaz.
Presented by Alaska Airlines. We'll have highlights of this afternoon's action. That'll include a couple of runs batted in from that man, Gerard Dyson. We'll get you updated on the health of Mitch Haniger after he was hit in the face by a pitch. We'll hear from the skipper, Scott Service, his players, and preview tomorrow's series finale against the Mets right here at Safeco Field. Back to Dave and Mike.
All right, Tom, thank you. Let's see the Mariners wrap this up. Then you got Big Pax going tomorrow, the Big Maple, with 10 wins. And he has just been fabulous in the month of July. And Diaz, there are his numbers.
42 appearances, 18 saves on the year, 59 strikeouts in 42 and 2/3. Opponents hitting 195 fastball, mid to upper 90s, and a hard slider.
Bottom third of the order for the Mets. Wilmer Flores leads off. 0 for 2 with a walk. Got a bases loaded walk, picked up an RBI.
Good fastball at 98.
An easy 98 too. He really can coil and uncoil.
There's a slider.
2 strikes. Play. Trying to put him away here, 1-2. Flips it down the line off the sideboard. That'll be a double, leadoff double. Wilmer Flores going to bring the tying run to the plate.
Able to get to a slider. Got the knees, but in the middle of the plate. If he'd have been able to get the ball away from him, probably puts him away. That's where the target was, but you can see it's right there, middle of the plate. Just flips it into left field.
Jose Reyes 0 for 3. Strike 1, Jose. The 0-1 outside with the fastball, 1-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Two one. Down evens.
Just challenged him with a good fastball at 97. Missed the outside corner with a couple of fastballs. Did not want to go to 3-1, so threw a fastball in the middle and was able to get away with it.
Flores to run at second, 2-2 pitch.
Wow.
Could have gone either way. Full count. Three-two to Reyes. Center field coming on Dyson. He's there. Line drive off the bat of Reyes, 1 away.
Every now and then you have to get away with a pitch and hope that they hit it at somebody, and that's what happens right here. Fastball middle away. Reyes squares it up, but right at Dyson.
Spray chart come in very handy right there, because if he's about 5-6 steps over the other way, Reyes may have ended up on third. 1 out, runner at second is Darno. 2 hits today, an infield hit, a base hit to right, 2 for 3. Broken bat ground ball to Segura. Takes his time. 2 down. From evening this series at a game apiece. And here comes the local kid, Michael Conforto. today. Conforto rounded out to Cano. Fly to right, and walked. He's the tying run in this 3-1 Mariner lead. 2 outs. Top 9.
Shift is on. Cano playing deep out towards right. Well onto the grass. 2
home runs last night for Conforto. First pitch from Diaz. Swing and a miss.
99 miles an hour.
To the brightest young stars in baseball. Head to head right here.
Yep. They try to hit another home run, but a little bit late.
Seager backing up, moving to a shortstop position. Did he go? Did not. 1-1.
After 99, he comes back with a slider at 88.
Heck of a duel right here. 1-1 pitch to Conforto. Diaz up high. Ball 2. 2-1.
Overthrowing the slider a little bit right there. Not much break to it.
Gamble in right, is straight away and deep. The 2-1 pitch from Diaz. 3-1. Dangerous pitch, and he can't catch a break. Nobody's catching a break on that low pitch today. Shane Livensparger, home plate umpire. He mentioned this, I don't know, a few innings ago.
Yeah.
Nobody's been getting that pitch, the low strike. 3-1 here. Big pitch. Cano. Oh, he gets by. Base hit. 3-2 ball game. Conforto keeps the game alive. He's now the tying run aboard. RBI for Conforto is 55th.
Well, it looks like it jams him a little bit. Hopper to the backhanded side, just kind of skips past him.
And here's the veteran Asdrubal Cabrera. He's had some dramatics for the Mets in his tenure with New York. Couple of game winners this year, couple last year. He's got 9 home runs this year with 30 runs batted in. Big spot in a 3-2 game. Foul back.
Diaz, 5 batters, 4 first pitch strikes. So he's been working ahead. He's had the good fastball today, 97 to 99 miles an hour.
Outfield deep for Cabrera. Cano stays out in shallow right field. The 0-1 pitch. Taken down low. 1-1. Cabrera well out in the batter's circle. Thinking about the situation. He's the go-ahead run. Got a 1-1 count. He knows the Diaz arsenal. Diaz ready. Here comes the 1-1. On the corner. Ball and 2 strikes.
Goes with a slider, starts it off the plate, but catches the corner.
Heater away here. Or heater down and in.
Oh, I hope he goes away if he's going to throw it.
1-2 pitch.
They want him to throw it top of the zone.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Mariners win it. 3-2. Diaz coming up big with a big pitch right there to end this ball game. And the Mariners even a series at a game apiece. And the Mariners now go to 4-5 on this homestand. They got the Big Maple going tomorrow. For Mike Blowers, I'm Dave Sims. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines starts right now with Brad and Bill.
Gentlemen, thank you. Seager, well, trying to get a little extra insurance run there. Bottom 8 thrown out at the plate, but